Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, my people. This is still Architect Chidi. Please, I want you to subscribe and share our posts. If you're watching this for the first time, you are welcome. God bless you. So, today I want to talk about somebody asked me, what's the proficiency or what's the possibility of getting or buying a already built house? What's the possibility of getting good built houses in Nigeria? I said there are wonderful built houses in Nigeria, wonderful ones, wonderful ones. When you are trying to avoid stress, there is stress in building. There is stress in building your own house, but there is dignity in it. One thing is that it will cut cost for you. Imagine a bungalow that is supposed to cost you 60, 70 million. You are now buying it 100, 120 million. So if you don't have up to 30 million to spare, if you don't have up to 50 million to spare, sometimes 20 million, 10 million is also a big money. Imagine saving 10 million or giving somebody 10 million to start up a project or start up a business. That's a big thing. So in Nigeria, you can still get wonderful completed projects. What you have to do is to go with somebody who has an idea about construction. Few things the person will check is the foundation. Is the foundation strong? Is there cracks in the house? Check everything. Look, leaking roofs. Check the boards. Check the doors. Check everything, especially if it's a new house. But if you are buying an old house, you know that it's going to have one or two challenges. But if you are buying new houses, there are many fake new houses around. Developers that are into building just to make out money from the building real estate company. Some of those things are overhyped currently in Nigeria. Buildings are overhyped currently in Nigeria. Imagine buying a duplex for 350 million. Whereas the land is not up to 40 million. Let's say the land is 40 million. Okay, you are using 310 million to build and furnish a duplex. So if that duplex is supposed to cost 200 million for you, you are buying it 300 million, 380 at discounted rate. So who has that kind of money to spare? If you have that kind of money to spare, you can buy. There are wonderful houses. You know that when you are buying, if any developer brings out money to build that kind of project that you want, you know that you have to pay with your money. You eventually pay with your money. So if you want already built wonderful houses in Nigeria, there are many of them. It's just that their cost may be high. The issue is that many people are not ready to pay. That is why many developers are building with fake materials, lower grades, lower standard, just for people that cannot afford the original quality ones. So if you are planning to buy, do your due diligence very, very, very well, especially checking up the substructure, checking up the finishings, checking up the body, checking up cracks and foundations, roofing, and every other thing. But to me, I think that many people who don't have that money to spare can also pass through the process of building their own house. You can also actually build your own house. It saves you the cost. It's just that you have to pay attention to whoever is building your own house. Just that is the difference. You can trust a company like ours, give us the project and go and rest. We'll be reporting to you on what the project is saying per day or per week, depending on your tight schedule. So if you're supposed to save 30 million from a project you are going to buy, sometimes you buy problem. You don't know what you are buying because you don't know what they built. But if you are building your own house, you are building with the kind of quality doors, kind of quality roof, kind of quality windows, anything that you want, you are buying and getting it for yourself. So that is the quite difference. Some people who come into Nigeria, and especially people in the diaspora, they don't have 3 months, 6 months to complete their projects. So they are looking for, I can understand that. But I think that if anything should happen, you should plan your coming back to Nigeria. If you're planning on coming back next year to spend some time in Nigeria, you should start now to build already. If you have a land, let's say you have a land, you bought a land of 40 million and you are trying to build a duplex should not cost you more than 150 million to build and parking. The builder himself will not cost you 150 to 170 million. But that same kind of duplex, that if you are going to buy it from any developer, will not be anything less than 200 to 220 million to 250 million to 300 million. So do you have that kind of money to spare? If you have, buy. If you don't have, start now to trust people to build your own house for you. It's more cheaper for you to build for your own self. It's much cheaper. It's just that you have to follow up the process. They'll have to disturb you about one thing that is lacking. They'll have to disturb you about what is going on. So if it's nothing compared to what you are trying to achieve. So if you have a company like the finance consult handle your project, you just have to rest. Just know that you are going to get at least 40% discount from what you are going to buy. If you are buying 300 million, just know that 150 to 170 million can still finish that project here for you. I don't know if you get it. So depending on your locality, especially in Lagos, if you are building in Lagos, just know that it's not going to be the same thing as somebody who is building in the southeast. So if a build a project in Enugu is costing 120 million or costing 200 million, just know that the same project in Lagos will be costing around 300 million because of the kind of soil they are using. So just know these things and know peace. If you need any of your construction projects, need any of your designs, feel free to contact us. Our number will be in the description box. We'll talk business with you and we'll deliver as usual. God bless you.